What if fate had a different plan? What if the person who once walked away eventually became the one who stayed forever? Today's story is a work of fan fiction created purely for entertainment. It imagines an emotional journey between Chen Zheyuan and Zhao Lusi, filled with friendship, growth, second chances, and unexpected love. The story begins on a quiet spring afternoon when Chen Zheyuan unexpectedly crosses paths with Zhao Lusi at a charity event. Years have passed since their first meeting, and both have changed in ways neither could have imagined. Success has brought them fame, but it has also brought loneliness, endless schedules, and moments of self-reflection. Back then, their lives were moving in completely different directions. Chen admired Zhao's cheerful personality, but when he hinted at wanting to know her better, the timing simply wasn't right. Zhao, focused entirely on her career, gently declined the possibility of anything beyond friendship. There were no harsh words, only an understanding that dreams sometimes demand difficult choices. Although disappointed, Chen respected her decision. Rather than holding on to resentment, he chose to support her from afar. He watched her achievements grow, celebrating every milestone privately while continuing to pursue his own ambitions. Life moved on. New dramas, international events, and countless interviews filled their calendars. Occasionally they would exchange polite greetings backstage during award ceremonies, but their conversations never lasted long enough to explore what remained unspoken. Years later, destiny reunited them on the same television production. The atmosphere felt surprisingly comfortable. Gone was the awkwardness of the past, replaced by maturity and mutual respect. They laughed over old memories and discovered how much they had both grown. Working together every day allowed them to rediscover each other's personalities. Chen noticed that Zhao still carried the same bright smile that once captivated everyone around her, while Zhao admired Chen's calm confidence and quiet kindness. Their friendship developed naturally. Between filming scenes, they shared coffee, exchanged jokes, and encouraged one another through challenging shooting schedules. Their bond wasn't built on dramatic confessions but on countless small moments that slowly brought them closer. Fans began noticing their comfortable chemistry. Every behind-the-scenes interaction sparked excitement online, but neither of them paid much attention to the speculation. They simply enjoyed having someone who genuinely understood the pressures of the entertainment industry. One rainy evening after filming wrapped, they found themselves waiting together beneath a studio canopy. As the rain poured endlessly outside, their conversation turned unexpectedly personal. They spoke about missed opportunities, regrets, and the dreams they still hoped to achieve. Chen admitted that years ago he had been disappointed when things didn't work out the way he had imagined. Zhao smiled softly and thanked him for respecting her decision instead of trying to change it. She explained that she had needed time to understand herself before she could truly open her heart to anyone. That conversation changed everything. For the first time, they understood each other completely. The rejection that once felt painful had quietly become the foundation of genuine trust. Weeks turned into months as filming continued. Their friendship grew stronger with every shared challenge, every encouraging message, and every quiet conversation after long days on set. Chen realized he no longer admired Zhao simply because of her beauty or popularity. He admired her resilience, compassion, and determination. She inspired him to become a better version of himself. Meanwhile, Zhao found comfort in Chen's unwavering patience. He never rushed conversations or expected anything in return. His consistency made her feel safe in ways she had never expected. One evening, after the final scene of the drama was completed, the cast gathered to celebrate. Music filled the room, laughter echoed through the hall, and everyone reflected on the unforgettable memories they had created together. As the celebration came to an end, Chen and Zhao stepped outside to enjoy the peaceful night air. Looking up at the stars, they reflected on how unpredictable life could be. If someone had told me years ago that we'd become such close friends, Zhao said with a gentle laugh, I probably wouldn't have believed them. Chen smiled. Sometimes life writes stories better than we ever could. From that moment forward, they promised to remain important parts of each other's lives, supporting one another through every new chapter. Months later, they traveled with mutual friends to a quiet seaside town. Away from cameras and busy schedules, they rediscovered the joy of simple moments, morning walks, shared meals, and heartfelt conversations. One sunset, standing beside the ocean, Chen thanked Zhao for giving friendship a chance all those years ago. He admitted that the rejection he once feared had ultimately taught him patience, understanding, and unconditional respect. Zhao smiled warmly. Maybe some stories aren't meant to begin with romance, she said. Maybe they need friendship first. Their hands met naturally as waves rolled onto the shore. The following year brought new opportunities, exciting projects, and countless adventures. No matter how busy life became, they continued encouraging one another through every success and every setback. Family and close friends often noticed how naturally they worked together. They celebrated each other's victories without competition and offered comfort during difficult times. One autumn afternoon, Chen invited Zhao to revisit the peaceful garden where they had once filmed an important scene together. The place held countless memories, reminding them how far they had come. There, surrounded by blooming flowers and golden sunlight, Chen expressed his gratitude for every shared moment. He explained that the greatest gift had never been fame or success, but finding someone who understood him completely. Taking a deep breath, he gently asked, "What if we continued writing this story together?" Zhao looked into his eyes with quiet emotion. Tears of happiness shimmered as she smiled. "This time," she whispered, "my answer is different." In this imagined story, Chen knelt and presented a simple ring not as a symbol of perfection, but as a promise to continue growing together through every season of life. With joyful tears, Zhao accepted, and the garden erupted in cheers from their fictional friends and family who had quietly witnessed the heartfelt moment. The celebration that followed was filled with laughter, music, and gratitude. Everyone reflected on how unexpected journeys sometimes lead to the most meaningful destinations.